feel like your mom and you were growing up together?
Definitely.
I was young. I wanted to make sure that I gave him everything.
Our relationship is only getting stronger. I'm like, Mom, I miss you. I want you to come visit me. Where are you?
I didn't want him to know it was even an option to come into this industry. I'd heard all the horror stories. I thought, well, I better give him the opportunity and see.
Justin Bieber's dad? No chill.
Jeremy has always been a fat boy. When he first got together with Patty, he was a big drinker and loved to party.
Justin Bieber has been arrested and charged for driving under the influence, resisting arrest, drag racing, and driving on an expired license in Miami. And you actually might be surprised to learn who was with him that night. His father, Jeremy.
Bieber and his father were verbally and refusing to stop smoking marijuana.
Justin Bieber's dad, Jeremy Bieber, is trying to exploit his other children for fame, even though Justin has spoken out multiple times what childhood fame has done to him.
Let's get into it. Are you ready to upgrade your business? Let's talk about Shopify. What if I told you that behind every successful business, there's a powerhouse platform making sales easy? Well, that's exactly what Shopify does. With the #1 checkout on the planet and Shop Pay boosting conversions up to 50%, it's no wonder businesses that sell more sell on Shopify. Whether you're online, in-store, or on social media, Shopify is ready to help you grow. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout we use. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/Sloan, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/Sloan to upgrade your selling today. That's shopify.com/Sloan. You know I have a serious appreciation for my leather bags and keeping them pristine. That's why I'm excited about Curé, the ultimate solution for protecting and preserving your leather goods. We maintain our shoes and our cars, so why not give your leather the same care? Luxury leather is an investment, and Curé helps them last a lifetime. Plus, if you ever want to resell, Curé keeps them in top condition for maximum value. There is a limited supply available, so head to mycuré.com to get your leather care kit today. That's mycuré.com. The best way to make your leather goods last forever. Welcome back to the Let's Get Into It podcast. Today, we're peeling back the curtain on the family dynamics and early lives of two people who played pivotal roles in shaping one of the most iconic stars of our generation, Justin Bieber's parents, Patty Millette and Jeremy Bieber. Now, we all know who Justin Bieber is, and by the time you're done with this podcast episode, you're going to know who his parents are and why they subjected him to this world of fame. When we see victims of these things come forward, like victims of Diddy's, a lot of people ask, where were the parents? Well, today I am answering that question for Justin Bieber's case. When he was subjected to all those horrific things in Hollywood, where were his parents? Now, Justin may be known worldwide for his music and stardom, but few realize just how complex and at times dark his journey to fame has been, starting with the parents who guided him into the spotlight. Patty and Jeremy had their own struggles, challenges, and ambitions that influenced how they raised their son, because there's no denying that these two saw him as a cash cow and they wanted to make money off of him. So if you think about those kids who want to be stars, but they never really get there, a lot of times it's because the parents aren't on board. Probably because they want to protect them. Now, I'm going to dive deep into each of the parents' stories, but to give you guys some context, his mother's name is Patty, and she was the big player. She was the stage mom. Patty was a teen mom with a challenging past. She faced her own personal battles while raising Justin, striving to give him a life beyond her own hardships. Then there's his father, Jeremy Bieber, a figure whose presence in Justin's life has been far more controversial. Jeremy was one of those fathers who checked out because he didn't want to raise a son, but then checked right back in so that he can collect that check. A lot of checks. Jeremy has had a history of stepping in and out of Justin's life, making it super unstable. While some fathers might play a guiding role, Jeremy's influence often felt more like a self-serving, and at times his involvement in Justin's success seemed to be catering to his own ambitions. Essentially, he's been trying to make his own stardom off of the back of his son. So in this episode, we're not only going to talk about Justin's rise to fame, because we've talked about that before, but we're going to talk about where his parents were in every step of this and some scandals they found themselves in. Now, Justin has had periods of closeness and times of estrangement with his mother, Patty, and his father, Jeremy. Justin was born March 1st, 1994, to Jeremy and Patty, who were 18 at the time. They were never married and broke up a few months after Justin was born. While Justin's mother did not have any more children, it looks like Justin did get some siblings on his father's side: Jasmine, Allie, Bay, and Jackson. In recent years, mental health has become a bigger conversation point, and we're starting to recognize the implications of it and the consequences when you don't catch it and treat it, which I think we can all say that Justin does have mental health issues, and they may stem from Patty. Before becoming a mother, Patty was wanting to take her own life because she was R-worded in her teen years. She started to attend Alcoholics Anonymous at the age of 16 and even moved out of her parents' home, so she wasn't in a good place. At 17, she tried to take her own life by stepping in front of an oncoming truck after another fight with Jeremy. Jeremy is Justin's father. So these two were fighting when she was 17 and she attempted to harm herself. And it's because Jeremy was threatening to expose her dark secrets. Patty said, "In that moment, all I could hear was a threat that cut to the deepest part of my core. All I felt was darkness, pure, utter darkness." In that moment, the driver actually swerved, so she really was close to losing her life, and she was spared, though she was admitted to a psych ward where she found her faith in God for the first time. In 2008, Patty told the Canadian Christian talk show 100 Huntley Street that she was struggling as a single mother, and at times she said, "I don't know how I'm going to feed Justin," because she didn't have any support. Moving out at 16, she didn't really have a connection to her parents, and she was out here on her own, especially when Jeremy was acting up. Patty wrote a book about her struggle as a teen mom titled Nowhere But Up: The Story of Justin Bieber's Mom. She opened up about her relationship with Jeremy in the book. Even though Jeremy was scarcely in Justin's life, he did his best to be there. He taught the baby singer, Justin Bieber's song Baby, how to play guitar. There was a point where Jeremy and Patty were engaged, but they broke things off due to Jeremy's infidelity. Ooh, so he's a cheater. Now, because Justin's mother, Patty, struggled with money, I think it really put a fire under him to try to support his mom. At a young age, she realized that they were broke and that he would have to do something. He said in 2009, "I grew up with not a lot of money. We never owned a home. I want to buy a house for my mom." Now, Patty worked a bunch of low-paying office jobs, so she never really got them to a stable point until Justin was discovered and his stardom began. Here's a clip of Justin being interviewed by Oprah about his rise in fame.
Do you feel like you're growing up together, your mom? Do you feel like your mom and you were growing up together?
Definitely.
Patty Millette was only 18 years old when she gave birth to Justin.
I was young. I wanted to make sure that I gave him
Oh, look at the throwback baby pictures. I'm around the same age as him, so I feel like all of these nostalgic pictures look the same.
everything, that I would be the best that I could be for him.
Our relationship is only getting stronger. And when you're a teenager, you have that moment where you're like,
Wait, what a weird setting. They're sitting there with an entire meal in front of them.
Step back, I'm growing up, I need my space. But it's getting back to that point where I'm like, "Mom, I miss you. I want you to come visit me. Where are you?"
Wait, the ending of that clip was so cryptic. He's like, it's getting to that point where I'm like, "I miss you, Mom. Where are you? Where are you when I'm here at these crazy parties? When these men are pretty much controlling my next move because I'm a minor." Now, in the beginning, Patty had been by her son since the start of his fame. From his initial visit to Atlanta to meet his manager, Scooter Braun, to signing with a record label. She also appeared in his 2011 documentary, Justin Bieber, Never Say Never. Patty said it was really fun watching him grow and transition. "It's just been this crazy whirlwind, and I'm along for the ride." Along for that ride and collecting that coin. Let's be real, Patty. I mean, why would you write a book? Now, his manager was Scooter Braun, but he was mentored by Usher until Usher pushed him off to L.A. Reid and Diddy. Patty always believed in Justin and was excited for his future, but did not know what to expect. She did note that she was afraid that her decision to sign Justin off could bring Justin down the wrong path of an unhealthy long-term relationship, but I think there's much more for you to worry than just that. Patty took accountability for signing contracts and for Justin hanging out in the wrong crowd. She wrote, "At the end of the day, I was Justin's mother. I was accountable for any documents I signed or any deal I authorized," which I wonder, did she sign NDAs for him? "I was accountable for anything that he went through." Ooh, I don't know if you want to make that claim. What if I signed something that steered Justin in the wrong direction or put him in the path of an unhealthy long-term relationship? Probably kind of talking about a mentorship or a record deal. That's kind of where my mind goes to when she's talking about relationship, because I don't think she's talking about an intimate relationship. She said, but I couldn't allow those questions and fears to complicate things. God wouldn't have put me in this situation to fail. I began to follow my instincts. So, I mean, thankfully she's, putting her faith in God, but I think that you also need to be aware of like why your minor son, your 16-year-old, is partying at Diddy's until, 7 a.m. Here's a clip of Patty talking about Justin's career and how she shaped it in the beginning.
You tried to stop him, though. You didn't want him to, I heard, when he first, was putting stuff on YouTube, you were worried about it.
I didn't want him to know it was even an option to come into this industry. I'd heard all the horror stories, and, our life, we were struggling, but it was what I knew, and so it was comfortable, as crazy as that sounds. But the more open doors there were, I thought, well, I better give him the opportunity and see.
It's so cryptic to hear her in that interview say, we've heard the horror stories and things like that, but we're not going to fall victim to them. I mean, in that moment, I almost feel like she knows what's going on or has an inkling of it, and she's trying to dissociate herself from it, trying to already make up her excuse. Like, the horror stories, I'm not really aware. I don't know. Well, you do know. Or at least you know when there's something going on with your son. And I don't think she was there for him, just in my opinion. Hot take. Especially in this moment when he was introduced to Diddy and they became good friends. Over the years, the pair have been seen partying together, collaborating in music, and more. Videos have resurfaced showing the two hanging out after Diddy's arrest. You have to keep in mind, a lot of these videos that we're seeing, Justin was only 15 years old. In a 10-part YouTube docuseries Justin put out, you could see the making of his album Changes and his love life with Haley. He also opened up about his dark path, and he revealed that he started smoking weed around 12 to 13 years old, right around the time that he went to Diddy's camp. He started sipping on lean, doing shrooms, and popping pills. It got to the point where the pop star would wake up in the morning, popping pills and smoking blunts. Things got scary. His security team even had to check in on him at night to make sure he had a pulse. Now, we've been talking heavy on Patty, but I want to, give a little update on where Jeremy's been. You guys are like, where's the father? We can't put all the blame on Patty. Jeremy's dad is also Canadian, along with his ex, Patty. He has 4 other children, Jasmine and Jackson from his ex, Aaron. He's got another wife, Chelsea, and they have a daughter named Bay. And then he is a stepfather to Allie. While Justin's relationship with his father has experienced ups and downs over the years, the two do have an interesting bond. Justin said in 2015 that his father, Jeremy, was not in a place where he could raise a kid when Justin was younger, which is pretty selfish of his father. Jeremy was in and out of their son's life, and Patty insists, contrary to some reports, that, he did not just show up when Justin was famous, and it seems like Jeremy did just really show up when Justin became popular. Quote, Jeremy is a totally different person than when Justin was a baby. He's changed in many ways for the better. Being a father is his first priority. It's evident in the way that he's a full-time parent to his 2 younger children, which I'm like, wait, full-time parent, are you also working too? Do you have a full-time job and a full-time parent? That's what you should be doing. But we all know in reality that his entire family is living off of his fortune, which is why celebrities go broke so quickly, because you're like, wait, how did they blow through $200 million? Well, when you're supporting every grouch in your family. Quote, he was immature. He left for a year when I was about 4, Justin says, to British Columbia and came back on Father's Day. I remember my mom said, if you're going to be here, you have to be here. He says there's a misconception that he's this deadbeat dad, but he's always been in my life since I was with him, back in weekends and on Wednesdays. Summer 2016 was a weird time, and it got even weirder when Justin's dad made some comments about his junk. There was a nude photo leaked of Justin online, and Jeremy bragged about his eldest son's wiener size on the internet, writing on Twitter, quote, my boy, end quote, alongside a cactus emoji. He also shared a photo of Toronto's famously tall CN Tower and tagged Justin in the picture. His social media posts were quickly deleted. That same year in 2016, Justin told GQ that he was a lot closer to his dad than he was to his mom at this time. He opened up about his relationship with Jeremy again in December 2017, sharing a photo of the two on Instagram, writing, I love continuing to get to know my father. I love working through hard times to get to good things. Relationships are worth fighting for, especially with family. Love you forever and always, Daddy. Which, that's cute.
Justin Bieber's dad? No chill. So Justin was all over the NHL All-Star game. He was there with Haley. His parents were also there. And Justin's mom posted a picture from the suite from the weekend of Justin, and that's his dad, Jeremy. That's Patty. But Jeremy, Grid posted the same picture, cut out Patty, and goes, proud father. Cute pic, Justin and his parents. Dad said, nope. Then.
Want to know the secret behind successful selling? It's all about the platform that makes it simple. Shopify. Imagine running a business wherever you are. That's what Shopify brings to the table. Picture this, you're ready to launch an online store, but instead of worrying about logistics and tech issues, you focus on what you do best, creating amazing products and connecting with your customers. With Shopify, you get the #1 checkout on the planet designed to make purchases quick and easy for your buyers. And let's talk about Shop Pay. It's a game changer with the ability to boost conversions up to 50%. You'll see far fewer abandoned carts and significant increase in your sales. Your customers will love the seamless experience and you'll love the results. But that's not all, because Shopify isn't just for online sales. Whether you're in store or on social media or anywhere, Shopify can get you connected and ready to sell. Plus, it offers a ton of integration tools to help you market your business effectively. Join the ranks of businesses that know how to sell better. Upgrade your business today and get the same checkout we use. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/Sloan. All lowercase. Go to shopify.com/Sloan to upgrade your selling today. That's shopify.com/Sloan. Hey everyone, if you know me, you know I have a serious appreciation for my leather bags. Keeping them looking pristine is a must, which is why I'm thrilled to share Keurig with you, the ultimate solution for protecting and preserving all your leather goods. Think about it, you clean and maintain your shoes, your car, and even your body, so why not give your leather the same love? Luxury leather is a big investment and Keurig helps it last a lifetime. Plus, if you ever decide to resell, having your items in perfect condition means you'll get top dollar. In today's world where overconsumption is a real issue, it's essential to make things last. By taking care of our leather gear with Keurig, we're not just protecting our investments, but we're being responsible consumers. Imagine how great it will feel to know that your favorite leather pieces are always in top shape, ready to be showcased or sold. Keurig's products are designed to nourish and protect your leather, so you can enjoy them for years to come. So why wait? There's a limited supply available, so head to mykeurig.com to get your leather care kit today. That's mycuire.com. The best way to make your leather goods last forever. Now, when Justin was at the height of his bad behavior, his mother was nowhere to be found, and it turns out they were estranged. In 2015, Justin told Billboard their relationship was pretty non-existent. He explained, "I was distant because I was ashamed. I never wanted my mom to be disappointed in me, and I knew she was. We spent some time not talking, so it takes time to rebuild that trust. She's living in Hawaii now, so it's hard, but it's getting better. She's an amazing woman, and I love her," which I find something so cringe about this. I understand, fighting with a parent, but your 15-year-old son is crying for help. He's constantly getting in trouble, and you take the money that you've made off of his career and you just move your ass to Hawaii. What, to go live the best life? They weren't lying. They were estranged for a couple of years. They reunited in January 2018 for a vacation together. And of course, Patty shared a photo of the two and put a sweet caption, probably excited to let the world know that she's on good terms with her son. Now, while I think it's a great thing that Justin has both of his parents in his life, it doesn't mean that these people are good people. And I have to admit that I just don't really like Jeremy's vibe. Going back in time, Jeremy was 22 years old when he spent time in prison due to non-compliance with probation terms imposed on him. Jeremy was in and out of jail during Justin's early life. In 1997, Jeremy was convicted of attacking someone and sentenced to 90 days in prison. He then spent another 21 days in jail after violating his probation. He got off the hook in 2004 when he was charged with attacking another person because that case was dismissed. Now, this is old news because back in 1995 at one of Justin's custody hearings, so he's literally 1 year old and Patty is fighting for custody of their son, Patty alleges that Justin's father has a long history of criminal activity. She added that Jeremy even threatened to kidnap Justin at one point. This article writes, "Man, Jeremy must be so proud." But Jeremy was able to weasel his way back into his son's life because when Patty was out of the picture and, Justin was going through it, Jeremy came into the picture picture to try to save the day. This article reads, in some of Justin's darkest years, Jeremy, his father, was present. Justin was arrested for drag racing in Miami, Florida in 2014, in which Jeremy allegedly helped arrange, which I don't know if he helped arrange with the police to get Justin arrested, which sounds pretty crazy. The day after Justin was released from custody on a $2,500 bond, he was then spotted partying with his father, which that's confusing, to go partying with your dad that just arranged your arrest. Or maybe Jeremy arranged the drag racing. I don't know which part. Actually, it turns out that his father was his accomplice. So it wasn't his father working with the authorities. Jeremy doesn't roll that way. I mean, Jeremy has been in and out of jail. So Sloan, what are you thinking? Here's actually a throwback clip explaining what exactly went down in Miami.
Justin Bieber has been arrested and charged for driving under the influence, resisting arrest, drag racing, and driving on an expired license in Miami. And you actually might be surprised to learn who was with him that night. His father, Jeremy. Justin has reportedly admitted to being under the influence of beer, marijuana, and prescription drugs since his arrest, and he was involved in quite a series of events that day. Reports are saying his entourage, including his dad, blocked off some residential streets so that Justin and his friends could carry out their bout of drag racing. Following his arrest, TMZ says Justin swore at a cop and challenged their authority before being handcuffed, and Justin's father was there for it all. The website is even saying Jeremy was at the Miami nightclub before all this went down, which must have been when Justin was smoking weed, which he admitted to. All this is pretty ironic, considering just days ago, Jeremy posted on Twitter telling people to lead by example, be great.
Wait, someone tell me why Justin is out here drag racing in Miami on drugs, taking pills with his father. I mean, clearly his father is not a good influence, probably a big fan of Diddy. Sources say that Jeremy was at the Set nightclub earlier that night with Justin, who was under the influence of prescription drugs, weed, and booze. When he was arrested at 4 a.m., Justin's mother, Patty, isn't in the clear either. What? It appears that Justin told the cops that she provides him with the prescription drugs he takes. He wasn't able to elaborate as to which drugs he specifically takes, other than saying they're anti-anxiety, which could probably be Xanax. And drinking on drugs and Xanax, that's a really terrible mix. In 2015, there were also reports that Justin and his father were smoking weed on a private plane and verbally abusing a flight attendant. So I don't think that these two are a great match. Actually, an article from CNN reports that Justin Bieber and his father allegedly refused a pilot's warning to stop smoking pot. A law enforcement official gave details to CNN about what the flight crew went through. The pilots repeatedly asked his father, Jeremy, to stop and put the marijuana away during the flight. The pilot said the singer and his father were verbally abusive to the flight crew. This prompted the pilot to have a flight attendant stay close to the cockpit to avoid Justin Bieber as much as possible. It really is the worst type of people who are taking private planes. I mean, can you imagine having such a luxury and then going on there and treating it like trash? I mean, it just shows that you can't have nice things. You really can't. Here's a throwback news clip about that story for you guys to check out.
The pilots allegedly were upset, according to my source, not only that Bieber and his father were verbally abusive and refusing to stop smoking marijuana, but apparently the flight attendant was so upset that the pilots supposedly had to tell her, hang out near the cockpit, don't worry, just stay around us as much as you can. But get this, Aaron, not only that, the pilots were supposedly so concerned about the amount of smoke permeating the plane that they actually put on their oxygen masks because they were worried, they wanted to keep their lungs clear in case they were tested for drugs. They were worried that they might show positive.
This situation sounds so embarrassing. Imagine being a grown man, being Justin Bieber's father, and smoking this much that the pilots have to put their mask on because you are just so much of an imbecile that you are going to get everyone accidentally high and possibly ruin their lives just because he had to smoke a little bit of weed. Other rumors flying around claimed that Jeremy had addiction problems and was involved with fight clubs and mixed martial arts fighting. I am someone who does not understand why someone would want to fight. Like, I personally would just fall into pieces. I would melt away. I mean, actually, we know what happened when that person attacked me in West Hollywood. I did fight back, but I am not someone who gets off on fighting. And that just tells me everything I need to know about Jeremy. He likes drinking, he likes fighting, he likes going to jail. He's just someone I don't think we could really have a conversation. Now, here is a crazy article I found from 2011. I love when I come across these unhinged articles Bieber Loser Dad Fight Club is the headline. We need to break it down. This article reads that Justin Bieber puts deadbeat dad in dog kennel thanks to over-the-top fight club. And it looks like Justin at 17 purchased a kennel and an abandoned puppy pound for his father, Jeremy. It looks like Jeremy's new home is the former Pet Tech Canine campus in his hometown of Stratford, Ontario. It looks like he ended up taking this club that Justin had bought him and tried to turn it into a fight club. He loved being a fighter, and his dream is to manage other fighters and possibly get back into the ring. Ooh. Sounds like a midlife crisis just waiting to happen. The Inquirer revealed on November 29th that Jeremy has a long criminal record, a history of drug and alcohol abuse, and a reputation for mooching money. So the perfect guy to create this company that his son has founded and to just really dig it into the ground. I mean, go ahead and just turn it back into a pound. This article is so intense. Jeremy was a deadbeat dad who rarely saw his son, never held a full-time job, and was busted for raising money by selling Justin's autographed photos online. So literally getting signed photos of his son to sell online because his son is just an object for him to exploit. But Insider said Justin loves his father and will pretty much do anything for him, even though Jeremy is a scam artist. Quote, just a couple months ago, Jeremy was trying to get Justin to help him become a singer, and now he wants to manage fighters. Give Jeremy a few months and he'll get bored with this plan and come up with another wild idea. They said that Justin is Jeremy's meal ticket, and as long as his son is raking in the cash, he'll be there asking for a handout. Here's a little news clip that dishes even further on Jeremy.
A source told Mail Online, Jeremy has always been a bad boy. When he first got together with Patty, he was a big drinker and loved to party. Patty, Justin's mom, claimed in her autobiography that he has always adored his son, but he wasn't mature enough to be a responsible parent, and his lifestyle meant he couldn't be there for him like a father should be. He got in trouble with the police and would often leave town, sometimes for months at a time.
Now, I don't know if you guys can tell, but, I'm a little like that, I'm gay, if you can't tell. And while I don't think I'm someone that gets offended easily, and I don't even know what we're about to get into, but Jeremy, his father, did get in trouble for making a pride post. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I'm just one of those gays that don't get offended easily. I mean, shit, you guys see what I do for my job. I get called a lot of things. I've been numb since the 7th grade. Jeremy posted an image on Twitter of a pride flag and wrote, "Don't forget to thank a straight person this month for your existence," which is, it's kind of negating the entire meaning of pride, which I get why people are offended. It's rude. It's unnecessary. The post was deemed offensive to the LGBT community as it appeared to assume that queer people are unable to have children, which, yeah, I guess that is like kind of a presumption too. I'm just glad that he didn't use like an F slur. You know what I mean? That's what I'm used to being called. Soon after he received criticism, Jeremy issued a sarcastic apology for his writing on Twitter, acknowledging the nuclear family is offensive. My apologies to those offended. Was not my intent, not that my opinion matters. Which, you are Justin Bieber's father, so your opinion doesn't really matter. I mean, you're just famous by proxy. You're not even famous. Many of Jeremy's followers were unimpressed by his apology, saying, "What a weak ass apology, Jeremy. Grow up." Another person wrote, "We need to start turning our attention to Nepo parents because they are arguably much worse." Which also, how are you gonna... I'm like, Diddy is so gay. I don't know if he's cool with Kitty, but like Diddy, but Diddy is gay as hell. And so many people are in Hollywood were learning this. So I don't know why he's acting homophobic. This person tweeted, "You talking about family is extremely ironic," which is true because he keeps talking about the nuclear family, the perfect family. Yet he was in a relationship where he was not married. He left his child. He's far from the nuclear family. And clearly not a family man, especially because if you Google his name, the word deadbeat comes right up.
On me before doing like events and shows and stuff. My dad's still tripping. He's like, "You shouldn't be wearing makeup. You're a man."
Now we need to get into Jeremy Bieber's next project, which is his 6-year-old daughter's Instagram, where he's posting inappropriate pictures of her, trying to make her as famous as Justin. Minutes after she was born, Justin Bieber's half-sister Bey was prepared for stardom. Literally, she was just born and her father was blasting her all over social media, probably too excited to have a new kid with the Bieber last name. Now, of course, Bey had no idea that her older brother was Justin Bieber and had close to 100 million million followers on Instagram. And because of proxy, she's now a celebrity in her own right, which is weird. 3 days after her birth, Jeremy and Chelsea set up a dedicated Instagram account for Bae, which says it's run by her parents. Keep in mind that Instagram doesn't allow accounts for people under 13, which even 13 seems pretty young in my opinion. The first post that same day shows a sleeping Bae and captioned "Hi," which got 85,000 likes. Since then, her personal following has boomed, and part of the reason is because of her big brother, Justin. Bae's account encourages followers to, quote, "watch me grow," end quote, and shares images of her posing on the beach during holidays, at birthday parties, and with her junior cheerleading squad. Now at 6 years old, she has 351,000 followers, with the account posting at least once a week. Many of her followers appear to be young girls and their moms who engage with her content, but there are also groups of concerning admirers, the creeps who live for this kind of content. And that's of course something that Jeremy isn't concerned about, probably something that he's actually feeding into to get more attention. Here's an example of their content.
Hi guys, so today I'm going to do a round off and a cartwheel, so you want to see? Sorry.
Okay, actually, I did not know what we're getting into. Let's go ahead and blur the middle part of that screen where the child's dress is flipping up and down, because that's not appropriate. Oh no. What's so scary is that if you look at Bae's post, you can see a trend. Now, besides the photos of her with her older brother, Justin, the most liked photos are of her in bikinis or cheerleading outfits. Additionally, a scan of the comments left by Bae's followers appear to be a cause for alarm. These comments don't even seem real. This one reads, "She's kind of bad though." Another person writes, "Your legs are very perfect, looks great and cute. Bae, are you using some oil on your body?" Another person added, "She's just a baby, but oh, shoddy mad thick." What the hell? Lock them all up. Lock every person up here. Under a photo of a 3-month-old baby in a bikini, one male user commented, "Shoddy mad thick," with a effing drooling emoji. In 2020, when Bae was 1, 3 different male commenters wrote on another swimwear picture. One user posted a smiley face emoji with heart eyes and wrote, "I want it," with a third adding, "You're very cute." Ew. Oh my gosh, Jeremy, you need to take this page down immediately. When Bae was 3 years old, one male commenter wrote on a picture of her wearing a floral 2-piece, "Your legs are very perfect." And again, that sicko that asked about the baby oil, or the oil on her body. Can someone check if this is a Diddy burner account? That same account made another comment on her picture referring to Bae as, quote, "my mini crush," which that is so scary. I would never want my kid to be like someone else's crush out there, or them possibly thinking they want to go and stalk and try to track down my child. Quote, "Bikinis and little clothings on babies put them at risk of being stalked by predators online." I think we all knew this, right? It all starts with the parents posting too much about their baby, which I feel bad for Bae. It's giving me like early Justin Bieber vibes. One person asked, "Have you ever heard about pedos?" Another person asked, "How many creeps liked this picture?" Be careful, Jeremy and Chelsea Bieber. Be aware, this stuff is not cool. This isn't the only child that we've seen exploited by Jeremy. His daughter Jasmine came out with a perfume, or is coming out with a perfume. It really seems like this man is doing anything in his power to try to make the most that he can. He just doesn't want to actually have a job, which, I don't even want to name drop some TikTokers, but you guys know there's a certain group of TikTokers who just refuse to get a job. They just live off the roses. Thank you for the roses. Thank you for the roses.
Justin Bieber's little sister Jasmine is coming out with her own perfume, and fans are alleging that Justin Bieber's dad, Jeremy Bieber, is trying to exploit his other children for fame, even though Justin has spoken out multiple times what childhood fame has done to him. Jasmine Bieber's perfume is called Sweet 16 in collaboration with Elegance Perfumes. A lot of fans are finding this odd because Justin's other siblings live a very normal life. They have no fame attached to them other than being Justin Bieber's younger siblings. Because Justin and his mom have both talked about it publicly, that Justin Bieber's dad, Jeremy, didn't stay constant in Justin's life until he got fame and then decided to build their relationship back up. A local Toronto Reddit page alleges that Justin's dad is still not a great guy. This is a really cool opportunity for a 16-year-old girl, but I hope it's with the correct intentions.
I actually have a lot of love for Justin Bieber. I feel like he's gone through so much. I mean, the father, Jeremy, he's enough. And then having Patty, someone who's just running away to Hawaii to live her best life. He is so strong for making it through this Hollywood mess and continuing to live it. I mean, it makes me think about him as a father. I feel like he's going to be so much better to his son, especially seeing the examples that he has. Unless he picked up behavior from them and he's just like them, then I'm really worried for their son. But I have a feeling that he is a little bit more wise than his parents and that he kind of has been forced to be because of his situations. With much love to Justin's family, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you in next week's episode. Bye, guys.